Hello everyone, welcome to our Ixambee. All of us are eagerly waiting for the NHB Assistant Manager 2020 exam, 2022 exam dates to be announced. But today let's take a look at Descriptive English. Let's start our preparation right today and not wait for the dates to be announced. And the best way you can do that is to start preparing in advance. Okay, so today we're going to take a look at Descriptive English. But a lot of students tell me that when it comes to Descriptive English, they are very scared of essay writing. Essay writing is something they lack confidence in, they are not able to manage the time, they lose a lot of marks. So this is the video where I will address these issues and you will be able to conquer your fear of essay writing if you follow the 5 mantras I will give you in this essay. Okay, but before we move that, just a reminder, if you are looking for a reliable and a comprehensive course and you are preparing for NHB Assistant Manager Exam, you have come to the right place. Our courses, we are running a flat 60% off on these courses, and this is the time to get enrolled. Our courses, they have video lessons, study notes, practice tests, live sessions, interview guidance, and these are all prepared and designed by faculty, by subject experts. So this is the time. Avail of this opportunity. Use the code NHB60 and get a flat 60% off. Let's move on. So here is, in a brief, our syllabus. We should start from the scratch, as I said. So if you look at the descriptive section, we do not have a lot of content there. We just have essay writing, 2 topics. We have, it's going to be 25 marks. So we have essay writing and letter writing. This will take 30 minutes. You will be given 30 minutes and this is the descriptive part of it. So when it comes to time, you really need to pull up your socks. You don't really have a lot of time to think and plan and design and prepare. So you should be prepared that you will be rushing against time. You should be prepared for that. Okay, now let's move on. Now, the descriptive test. What will the test look at? What are the requirements of the test? So it will assess the English language proficiency. So your command over the language will be tested. Okay, so you will not be marked on the content but also on the language. Next thing, you have to type the answer. So you should be ready and comfortable with the interface, right? You should be comfortable when it comes to typing. You should have a decent typing speed. Avoid making typos. Now those are all the requirements. So 2 questions, 25 marks, 30 minutes duration, and it will be qualifying in nature, but the test will be assessed. You will only get to give the test if you secure minimum qualifying marks in the objective tests. Now, these are briefly the main points that you need to remember when you start your preparation, right? So now let's move on to the 5 mantras when it comes to essay writing. Now, the first thing that you need to remember when you start working is the topic of the essay, right? Now, essay topics are sometimes very closely related to GA issues, right? Sometimes there might be a topic based on the budget. There might be a topic based on the last Olympics. There might be a topic based on a recent development in a political scenario. There might be topic based on the recent bill that has been passed. So remember, essay topics are very often related to global awareness issues, right? So you have to choose wisely. Why wisely? It is because if you choose a topic that you do not know anything about and you think, I can write anything I want, the examiner will not know, the examiner will not check the information, you are basically mistaken. Okay, so choose a topic that you are comfortable in, that you have some authentic information. Don't try to cook up data, don't try to bluff your way through it. Right? So choose your topic wisely. Choose a topic that you will be able to write. If not 100%, definitely partially a 70%. Right? So choose your topic wisely, because the marks that you get for content will be decided by what topic you chose and how confident you are in that topic. That's the first mantra. Let's look at the second mantra. Yes. Quality, not quantity. You are expected to provide solid content. We are not looking for anecdotes. We are not looking for elaborate examples. We are not looking for a lot of data. If you can provide one or two bits and pieces of authentic data, that's fine. Otherwise, what we want is you answer the question, but what you write should be of quality information. You answer the question. See, look at the marks. It's just 25 marks for 2 topics. So mostly it's going to be a 15 and a 10 division, maybe 15 for the essay and 10 for the letter. Okay, you just have half an hour. So, excuse me, you can devote 20 minutes to the essay. So you are not basically expected to write a thesis. You are expected to write solid information. So whatever you write should be quality information. So how do you approach? How do you decide what you want to? I'll come to that topic later. So remember, it's not the size, the length of the essay that matters. But yes, you have to remember, you need to stick to the word limit. If you exceed the word limit by a margin of plus 10, minus 10, you lose a lot of marks. Right? So we are not looking for quantity, we are not looking for pages and pages and pages of answer that mean nothing. We're basically looking for quality. It can be short, crisp, precise, to the point. Excuse me. Next, flow of ideas. This is very important. This is what we call the plan. So when you get, the moment you get your question paper, the first thing that you need to do is to choose the topic first. Then chalk out a plan. This should be done during the first 5 minutes. So I'm taking it for granted. If you give the first 5 minutes to planning, you just have another 25 minutes to write your essay and the letter, which is not a lot of time. Right? But you have to devote some time to planning. What should the planning be? The planning be, how would you structure your ideas? So you can create a rough draft in your mind, or if you have access to the piece of paper, you can write it down. So 3 parts. Your essay should have a minimum 3 paragraphs. Introduction, body, and conclusion. So what would you write in the introduction? You have to make a mental note of that. Again, I said we are looking for quality information. So introduction should be very, very brief and not detailed. A quick introduction to the topic, maybe 1 or 2 sentences, and then you come to the main content. So we are looking for how would you develop your essay? Are the ideas organized? Are the ideas haphazard and all over the place? Right? So we are looking for a structure. How would you structure your essay? Flow of ideas. Next, content. What do I mean when I say about the content? Content means you need to answer the question. If the essay talks about the effect of globalization on Indian economy, you need to talk about Indian economy. We don't talk about what's happening around the world. So that is answering the question. Content should be, content and word count is really related. Your content and word count is related. You are looking for quality content within the word limit. Right? So answer the question, read the topic wisely, choose the topic wisely and read the topic carefully. Next, language. Short, simple and correct. We are not looking for flowery expressions. We are not looking for verbose, extravagant words and extravagant style of writing. No, we only have credits for language that is correct and simple. So it should express your proficiency over the language. What does the word proficiency mean? How comfortable you are in using the language. It needs correct usage. You're not looking for fancy, elaborate usage. Okay? Now, that being said, remember these 5 points when you start preparing, because you need to start doing the mock test. The mock test will help you to get prepared. So when you are doing the mock test, remember these 5 points. Choose the topic wisely, quality not quantity, flow of ideas, answer the question, check for grammatical errors. Make it a habit that you will not submit without checking the grammatical errors, either for essay or for letter. If you can make it a habit, it will remain a habit during the examination. It will not be something that you start off there and then. Okay? Let's look at one essay topic. Right. School dropout rates in India, causes and prevention. For example, you get this essay topic, or you have chosen this essay topic because you realize this is the only topic where you have some information. Right? Okay. So, first read the topic carefully. What are we looking at? We are looking at school dropout rates in India, causes and prevention. So, we basically don't want to know what is actually school dropouts. What does the word school dropout mean? What happens if there are school dropouts? What are the school dropouts rate around the world? No. We are basically talking about what is happening in India. Come straight to the Indian context. Causes and prevention. So, if you can make a mental note, as I said, you need to plan your essay, right? So, your introduction will basically be this. Yes. So, what are the school dropout rates in India? Maybe 2 sentences. If you have some authentic and valid data, statistics. Okay. So, what are the school dropout rates in India? And if you are choosing a topic, make sure you have some information. That's what I said. So, supposedly you have chosen this topic and you have some information. So, that should be your introduction. In India, school dropouts rates this is this. And what does it tell you about? What does it tell you about the Indian education system? It's a wastage of money, it's a wastage of resources, because so many students they don't have access, or even if they have access, they don't wish to take it. It's a wastage, and wastage of youth power also, wastage of young talent also, because they are leaving school, right, for reasons which are beyond their own, they cannot control, but we can help. Right? So, school dropout rates in India, that's your introduction. Next, your body should be this. This is your body. Causes and prevention. Or you can write the causes in the body and prevention can be your conclusion. Right? So, you have already made a mental note. You will start off with school dropout rates, talk about causes and prevention and finish it off. Next, what are the points you are including? You are making a mental note. So, what about the causes? Domestic conditions at home, poverty, economy, too many siblings, too many children. Next, economic condition, right? Poverty again. Domestic condition can also mean if there's a girl child in the family, that child is not not sent outside because early marriages. Child needs to look after the family. So all these issues are there. Next, you are making a mental note, lack of interest. Sometimes if they are only looking for an employment opportunity and they don't find interest in the education because they feel that how is it helping me? At the end of the day, I need to earn a living and help my family and feed my family. So there is no interest. Also, there's one more point. Sometimes a lack of infrastructure. If they're coming to a school that has a leaking roof, or if they're coming to a school that doesn't have separate toilets for women, obviously they are losing out on that interest, because they don't have the basic necessities in the school. So, infrastructure, right? Next, you move on to the what should be done. What can we do to ensure that these kids, they get the education that they require. They come to school, so access. The schools should be located in such a location where they will be able to access and not swim to school, or then take, it should not be very far from their house that they're not being able to come, or it's flooded during monsoon and they're not being able to come. So access to the building, access to school, engagement. How can we keep them busy? How can we keep them interested? How can we keep them occupied? They should find a purpose in the education after all. And innovation can mean at any level. What resources are you using, how you are helping them, how you are making them feel that this education is beneficial after all. And others, there are some things that they already have. They have meals, they have books that are being given by the government. So causes and prevention, what can be done? Right? So you can finish off with that, or you can add one more point, like what has already been done by the government to bring down the school race, or what needs to be done. That can be a part of the conclusion if you haven't met the word limit as yet. Otherwise, if you read this topic and look at the points, you have covered all your bases. You have covered school dropout rates, you have covered causes and preventions. The content wise, you have covered all the points. Right? Okay? Try to write this essay on your own and see if you are being able to plan and write the essay the way I suggested. So I hope this video was useful to you, and start preparing for the exam. All the dates have not been declared, and we'll be back very soon with another video. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.